In the unpredictable world of WWE, there are moments that make fans sit up, gasp, and realize they are witnessing history unfold. And one such moment arrived when Brock Lesnar suddenly stormed into the spotlight and left Bronson Reed lying in the aftermath of one of the most shocking attacks in recent memory. For years, Lesnar has built a reputation as the Beast incarnate, a figure who blends explosive power with an aura of intimidation that has shaken even the most seasoned veterans. But on this night, he took that legacy to another level by targeting Reed, a rising star whose blend of agility and strength had been winning over the crowd. Reed's trajectory had been one of steady ascent, and his confidence after a significant victory earlier in the night was palpable, with fans rallying behind him as a future contender. Yet, just as the momentum seemed to carry him upward, the entire atmosphere inside the arena shifted when Lesnar made his move, storming the ring without preamble and unleashing a storm that changed the narrative in seconds. The buildup of tension. What made this confrontation so gripping was that the tension between Lesnar and Reed had been quietly building for weeks. Observers had noted that a clash felt inevitable, with Reed's rise creating a storyline that almost begged for interruption by a dominant veteran looking to reassert control. Lesnar, who thrives on reminding the locker room of his place at the top, seemed like the perfect foil. Fans speculated openly about when and how the two might meet, and the speculation only fueled the anticipation. When Reed claimed a notable victory on Raw, the excitement in the arena was electric, with chants of his name filling the air. But behind the curtain, Lesnar was waiting. This wasn't about patience or slow burn storytelling. This was about impact. The Beast wasn't going to wait for an official match or a storyline build-up. He was going to make his presence felt in a way that no one could ignore. Lesnar's sudden arrival. The moment itself unfolded with a jarring immediacy that left the crowd stunned. Reed was still basking in the glow of his victory when Lesnar stormed into the ring, the sudden shift in atmosphere enough to make fans realize that something seismic was about to happen. What followed was nothing short of breathtaking in its intensity. Lesnar didn't hesitate. He overwhelmed Reed with his trademark suplexes, the sound of each one reverberating through the arena like thunder. Each move was more than physical domination. It was a statement. The crowd's cheers transformed into gasps, their excitement into shock, as they watched Reed's triumph unravel before their eyes. In those moments, the Beast incarnate reminded everyone that he doesn't need words to make his point. His actions speak volumes, and on this night, they screamed dominance. The shockwaves online. As soon as the attack ended, the reverberations extended far beyond the arena. Clips of the moment spread across social media within minutes, igniting debates among fans and analysts alike. Some praised the return of Lesnar's destructive persona, calling it vintage storytelling that leaned into the raw, visceral energy that has always defined his presence. Others expressed concern for Reed, fearing that his rise had been halted just as it was gathering momentum. Tweets flooded timelines, with some fans declaring Lesnar a monster who remains unmatched, while others lamented that Reed had been cut down before he had the chance to fully bloom. The immediacy of online reaction amplified the drama, transforming the attack into one of the most discussed WWE moments of the year almost instantly. Superstar reactions. It wasn't just fans who weighed in. Fellow superstars quickly took to their platforms to comment on the shocking scene. Seth Rollins, who has battled Lesnar numerous times, remarked that while the Beast's dominance was familiar, there was something different about the intensity of this attack. Rhea Ripley offered words of support to Reed, acknowledging that the scene was tough to watch, and wishing him well. Their voices added credibility to what fans were already feeling. This was not a routine Lesnar appearance. It was something more unsettling, something that blurred the line between entertainment and genuine danger. That crossover is precisely what makes moments like these so memorable, because they leave even the performers themselves unsettled. The question of motive. The biggest question in the wake of the attack was simply, why? What drove Brock Lesnar to target Bronson Reed with such ferocity? And what did he hope to gain from the assault? Theories abound. For some, the answer is straightforward. Lesnar wanted to reassert his dominance and send a message to the locker room that no one, rising star or established veteran, is safe from his wrath. For others, it hinted at the beginning of a deeper storyline, perhaps even the foundation for a long-term rivalry that could elevate Reed by forcing him to stand across the ring from one of the most decorated and intimidating figures in WWE history. With Lesnar, motives are rarely clear, and that ambiguity only adds to the intrigue. His unpredictability has always been one of his greatest weapons, and this attack was no different. Reed at a crossroads for Bronson Reed. The fallout from this moment represents both a challenge and an opportunity. On one hand, the sudden assault could be seen as a setback, a disruption of the momentum he had been building with consistent performances and growing fan support. On the other hand, it presents him with a chance to prove his resilience. Wrestling history is filled with stars who were forged in moments of adversity, who took unexpected beatings and turned them into the fire that fueled their rise to the top. Reed's journey from here will determine whether this attack defines him as another victim in Lesnar's path, or as a warrior capable of rising stronger from the storm. Fans, already invested in his story, will be watching closely to see how he responds. A potential rivalry in the making. If WWE chooses to lean into this confrontation, the seeds are already planted for one of the most compelling rivalries in recent memory. The contrast between Lesnar's established dominance and Reed's hungry determination makes for a natural storyline, one that could elevate Reed while giving Lesnar a fresh challenge. The dynamic of the seasoned predator against the rising powerhouse taps into the very essence of wrestling storytelling, the clash of eras, the test of resilience, and the pursuit of legitimacy. Whether this becomes a full-fledged feud or remains a shocking one-off moment, it has already succeeded in capturing attention. Implications for WWE storytelling. Beyond the individuals involved, Lesnar's attack raises broader questions about the creative direction of WWE. The company has long walked the line between scripted entertainment and raw physical intensity, and this incident leaned heavily toward the latter. By allowing such a sudden, visceral moment to unfold, WWE signaled a willingness to embrace unpredictability and shock value in its storytelling. Fans have often expressed nostalgia for eras when anything could happen at any time, and this moment delivered exactly that feeling. If this is the start of a new chapter in WWE's presentation, it could mark a shift back toward storytelling rooted in chaos, surprise, and emotion. A shift in perception. Perhaps the most significant fallout from this night is the shift in perception surrounding Brock Lesnar and Bronson Reed. For Lesnar, the attack reinforced his reputation as the ultimate disruptor, the man who can hijack a show and alter storylines with a single appearance. For Reed, it was a test of character, a chance to show that he can weather adversity and use it as fuel. For fans, it was a reminder of why wrestling remains captivating, because just when you think you know where the story is heading, it takes a sharp turn and leaves you scrambling to catch up. The unpredictability of this moment ensures it will be remembered long after the show itself fades from memory. The legacy of the night. In the end, the night Brock Lesnar attacked Bronson Reed will be remembered as a turning point. Whether it becomes the beginning of a long rivalry or simply a chapter in Lesnar's ongoing saga of DET, hinted at the beginning of a deeper storyline, ominence, it has already etched itself into the collective memory of fans. For Reed, it represents both a trial and an opportunity, the kind of moment that can either derail a career or launch it into a new stratosphere. For WWE, it was proof that the power of unpredictability remains its most potent storytelling tool. And for fans, it was a reminder of why they watch. Because sometimes the most shocking moments happen when you least expect them, and they change everything in an instant.